So in today's show, we are going to talk about being obsessed with the process. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Boardman. Are coming through. Please do let me know. Please let me know if this resonates. Please let me know what you think. Please let me know how you're doing. My God, what a nightmare. I did go live and then there was connection issues and then we come back. All right, anyway, we're back after a week R&R, chilling out as best as you can whilst you're at home. It is wild out here. We are back and hungry and ready to go, leading all the way up to Christmas, right? Nothing but action, 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 action to look after the number one asset, which is you. And it's funny over the holidays, and the reason I want to talk about obsession is because we took the week off. We can't really do anything. We just did lots of little day trips out, and did the family thing. And my missus turned around and said, "You're obsessed about like personal development or self-development. Can't you just relax?" And I was relaxed, chilling out, a lot of golf, a lot of FIFA, a lot of hanging around with the kids, bit of biking, exercise. But I still kept a lot of my rituals, getting up, walking the dogs, talking to myself down the promenade, and still showing up. I still writing down a lot of thoughts and things that I want to do, ideas and focuses on my businesses and the new business that I'm launching and the clothing range and fucking everything else that's going on in the world. And in some respects, I think that she probably is right. And in some respects, on reflection, that I feel that in order for you to really change, you have to be obsessed about change. And you have to be obsessed about wanting to change and introduce a better way of thinking, a better way of acting out your life and showing up and getting the work done physically, mentally, emotionally, in all four pillars of your life. And sometimes I feel like I know for a fact that motivation isn't enough, because we always don't feel motivated. Many times I come on screen to hear to you guys and I won't feel motivated to give you energy, advice or guidance. But it comes down to just a higher level of, if you like, obsession, in terms of wanting to deliver, in terms of wanting to leave a legacy and make an impact. And that always overrides the low motivation, or you're not feeling it type of day, or you're not feeling confident in yourself, or low self-esteem. I think that the three things that kind of link up and marry up is falling in love with the process, following a mission, and then becoming obsessed about doing both and keeping both. I mean, if you think about it, any time that you're obsessed with anything, it comes down to continuously consuming your mind. Consuming your mind. It's the first thing you think of. When you're obsessed, you don't make excuses, you just do it. I remember when I was doing jiu-jitsu before the first lockdown in March, I was obsessed. I was watching videos over and over again, studying people, showing up and doing it 5-6 times. It was overwhelming. I was using a lot of my time doing it. And then that stopped overnight, obviously, with the COVID. And I feel very differently about that now. I'm not obsessed about it. I'm obsessed about golf. But I am obsessed about the way that I live my life, and also helping the way that I help other people live their lives. And I think you have to be, when I talk about remembering the mission, I think alongside that, there has to be an element of obsession to want to improve, to not want to fail. Because for me, the alternative to not being obsessed about myself and me not focusing on myself is going back to that dark place in 2011, between 2011 and 2013, where I was in a really dark place, really clouded, really lost, lack of identity, just not evolving or having any direction. And that is the alternative to me not being obsessed about showing up, getting up at 4:15 every morning, going for these walks in pissing down rain, talking to you in the corner of a hut finding any way that I can to do what I need to do. And I think that's what you need to do. So when it comes to you wanting to work out, you've got to find a way. When it comes down to a second lockdown, you've got to find a way to make it work. You've got to find a way to be able to control it, because the things that you can't control, you're just wasting your time and energy on. You have to be obsessed about the things you can control, and the thing that you can control is you, because you are the asset. You are the number one asset that you own. And if this is not in the right place, if you're not obsessed about making this right, your emotional health right, your physical health right, then you will just get consumed and chewed up in life. You know what I mean? You've got to be on top. You've got to be obsessed about getting on top and being the number one priority, and not allowing everything else to dictate your moods and actions. Not wasting your time and energy fucking getting angry and frustrated with everything that's going on. What the fuck can you do about it? What the fuck can you do about controlling yourself? And you have to slip into that obsessive state to be able to continue with it forever. You know, this is like, you know, in 10 years time, we'll look back in this and go, oh, do you remember the COVID era? And you'll look back and go like, yeah, that's during the hardest period since World War II. That was the time that I squared myself away. And if you can do it through this time, you can do it through any time. You can do it right now, let alone not just through winter, but through one of the hardest winters we're about to go through, but then come out in spring and summer, and then you're still focused on yourself and you're still obsessed about yourself. You've done it through the hardest period. Okay? What's the alternative? Sitting around, rolling over, burying your head in the sand? You don't want that. I don't want that for you, and you don't want that for you. So this is a time to become obsessed about yourself. What can you do? How can you become obsessed about overcoming problems? Becoming obsessed about your mental health and looking after it, and your emotional health and your physical health, and nurturing your most important relationships. Being obsessed about that. You know, not a side thought that just comes and goes, but really getting down and knuckling down on yourself, so that you can be the ultimate version of yourself. And when you're the ultimate version of yourself, you're at the top of the priority pyramid, and everything and everyone that matters to you benefits from that. No one benefits from a tired, moody shithead that just decides to fucking play the victim mentality. No one, including you. All right? Let's step the fuck up. This is time for people to step the fuck up. And that's what you've got to do. Be obsessed about stepping up and overcoming. Oh, we're back in a game. All right, guys. Nice to see you. We'll see you Wednesday. Lots of content coming up this week as always. Keep in touch. Let me know how you're doing. And I'll catch you soon.